So without further ado, I can stop sharing my screen and I can pass over to the first organisation presenting, which is Nina and Mary from the Country Trust, and they'll be discussing the ED1 option, how you can get involved with having some educational access visits. So over to you guys.
Oh, hi, everybody. So good to meet you. My name's Nina Bell. I am the policy advisor at the Country Trust, and I'm here with my colleague, Mary. Mary, do you want to quickly say hello?
Hey, everyone.
And what you do?
I'm the farm discovery manager, so I manage the team that come out and work with farmers on the ground to deliver successful educational visits.
So I'm just going to tell you this morning a little bit about the Country Trust. So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully that will work. And then I'm going to just put it in presenter mode. Okay, so we're an organisation called the Country Trust. We work across much of England and parts of Wales, and we work hard to connect children with the land that sustains us. And there's actually never been a more important time for children to find out how and where their food is produced. And we run farm visits, we run food discovery programs, we run residentials, and since COVID we've also run something called Farm in a Box, which connects farmers with children, and we target schools that are in areas that have above average numbers of free school meals. So that tends to be in areas of deprivation, urban areas, and some of the children we work with will never have been on a farm, in a field, or have much idea of where their food comes from. And we, in our programs, try to stimulate curiosity, confidence, and connection. And that's because we have a vision for a fair, sustainable, inclusive society in which all children, irrespective of background, are able to thrive and achieve their potential. And we do this through our food farming and countryside experiences. And we aim to empower children to be confident, curious, and create change in their lives and the world around them so that they and society can thrive. So curiosity really lies at the heart of children's learning. And we find our farm visits are a brilliant way to inspire curiosity, and that it actually has an impact on children's attainment in all sorts of areas of their lives. Confidence is about believing in yourself and your abilities, and it's those first-hand experiences and opportunities that the children we work with wouldn't ordinarily have, that helps to build this confidence so that they have something to talk about their own first-hand experiences of connecting with food and farming. And perhaps most importantly, children can expand their thinking by making connections. So that's connections between their lives, what they eat, what they consume, and where it comes from, and that they, as consumers, can have some agency within society. So we urgently need more farmers actually to host visits, to open up the farm gate and make hands-on real-life experiences possible for these children. Farm visits offer a balance of emotional, physical, and social development, especially for children most affected by COVID. So that brings us on to ED1. As you know, and as Tom just mentioned, Countryside Stewardship Scheme opened earlier this week, and ED1 is an option that's available now as part of mid-tier and higher tier applications. It was previously only available as part of higher tier applications, but last year it was opened up to mid-tier. But really quite shockingly, out of 7,000 mid-tier applications last year, nobody applied for ED1 because I don't think anybody knew about it. So we're hoping to do a lot better this year. So what can you get? Farmer hosts can claim £309 per visit. Visits, there are some criteria around visits. They need to be 4 hours long and certain facilities need to be on site. And you can claim for up to 25 visits a year. So that's an annual income maximum of £7,725 in a year. If you do decide to claim for ED1, there's help out there. We have a network of coordinators, and Mary can tell you more about those in the questions. You do need to be claiming for something else as part of your Countryside Stewardship. So you can't just claim for ED1. It's not a standalone package. So if you're applying for a pollinator package or a rewilding package, you can add ED1 to that, but you can't apply for it on its own. But our network of Country Trust coordinators can help. They'd have a chat with you in the first instance. They would support you with the risk assessments and understanding what facilities and so on that you need. And also they will be the bridge between you and the local school or the local group that you're inviting onto your farm. So before you apply, chat to us about educational access payments, ED1, and we can help you. So Mary, do you want to just step in there, and I'll stop sharing my screen, and maybe you can just say a few words about the coordinators and what they can do.
Yeah, thanks, Nina. So I think I talked to a number of farmers who say, we've only got a milking parlour, we've only got some fields, why would that be of interest? But I just wanted to reassure everybody it's of massive interest. These children do not know where their food comes from. They don't know that their food grows in soil. We aim to connect them with you to show how important your roles are. And our coordinators all around the country are specialists at doing this. So they can come out, talk to you, to reassure you, to help you share your story in a way that you want to share it, in a way that you're comfortable, but also so you know that you're safe to do it. And I would encourage all of you to do that. We are the go-between. So once we've spoken to you, we will go to the schools and find the schools, come back to you, agree a certain date to do the visit. We will come with the group to do a pre-visit. So we'll talk to the teachers to find out about the children. And then afterwards, we will come on the visit as well and help you to lead the visit in whichever way you feel comfortable. So some farmers choose to lead all of the visit and do everything. Some farmers work with us to build in activities. We do some, they do some, and some prefer just to be there, let us do it, because they don't feel confident at first, and then they just are there to ask Q&A with the children and to help with the technical things. So everything is unique to the farm, to the children, to your relationship with the coordinators, but I think it's a brilliant way of sharing your story to your future consumers. Do we want to hand over to some questions? Does anybody have any questions to us about how it works?
Yes, yeah, thanks for that, both of you. That was really brilliant. There's one question I think, Nina, you just answered, but probably worth clarifying for everyone. Question from Jan, and this is for you, Nina. Is the 7,725 figure gross or net? I don't think she's clear if the Country Trust charges for helping, etc.
Yes, so the Country Trust does not charge farmers for the services that we provide, nor do we charge schools. We do a lot of fundraising. We've got a brilliant fundraising team, and so it's all free to farmers and schools.
Brilliant. Yeah, thank you. And another question from Liz. How do schools fund transport? So similar question.
Yeah, you go for that, Mary.
Yeah. So our visits are free to schools. We do fundraise and have some funding pots that do subsidise transport, but generally schools will pay for that. Because we work with disadvantaged schools, there is a number of they basically get money from the government if there's so many children that claim free school meals. Some schools use that pupil premium money to pay. Others ask for a contribution from children, or they raise money. But if transport is a barrier to attending, we will find a way to help fund it. So again, it doesn't cost the farmer at all. You claim that £309, that's yours in your pocket. We come along as an additional service because you're helping us to deliver our mission. I'll answer the next one that's just come in as well. What if you don't have toilet and hand washing facilities? Is the funding to help with this? So we are quite creative. Some of our coordinators have portable hand washing facilities. Ideally, we need to have access to a toilet. It might be that we pair a farm with another farm nearby. It's good to have one toilet for an emergency. We won't mention it, but if we need it, it's there. And then we might pair you to another farm or a village hall, or even pub conference rooms or wedding venues sometimes host us for lunch. We persuade them. So we have got options to be quite creative. I don't know whether there are some infrastructure grants available somehow. I don't know if Nina knows a bit more about those.
Sorry, I was reading another question. I wasn't. Sorry, I got distracted.
Is there any funding as part of the ED1 for infrastructure?
There is, but I don't know the details on it, so I don't know what the criteria for it is. I don't know if there's anybody on the call who does, but I can go away to RPA and check that out and get back to you.
Yeah, brilliant. And then just one more point before we move on. We have an anonymous attendee adding to the stat of 0, which is wonderful. So there's someone out there that has included ED1 in 2 separate applications last year.
And were you successful in have you claimed it? Have you had payments? That would be really interesting to know.
Please do get in touch if you want help. If you were successful.
Yes.
All of the emails, all of the websites are on the last slide at the end. So, you know, very much get in touch with Nina and Mary at the end and carry on that conversation. And also another message just from Nick, who says he's hosted visits with the Country Trust before, and he would recommend getting involved irrespective of funding, which is wonderful.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
Yeah, nice note to end on, I think. And if there's any more questions that people have, you'll have a chance to ask them to Mary and Nina at the end there. So brilliant, thank you very much, the two of you. That's wonderful. And yeah, I think Dan will be displaying in the second half of the webinar exactly how you can map ED1 onto your land app map, which will be fun to see. So moving.